Now, let's talk about storytelling in the email. So in the last module, we got people to open the email by using a really good subject line. Well, now it's open. What do we want them to do? So as I said, the subject line, its only job is to get them to open it. So now the body of the email has only one job: to get them to do something, whatever it is you want them to do. For example, you may want them to click on a link. You may want them to book an appointment. You may want them to click on a YouTube video. So you see how this works? The subject line gets them to do this. The body of the email gets them to do this. The next thing gets them to do this. You're walking people slowly into what it is that you want them to buy. And we do this by using the correct storytelling. Donald Miller, in his book Story Branding, talks about the story branding framework. And the way that works is very simple. You have to put your customer as the hero of the story. Too many times, we as home HVAC business owners or plumbing or electrical, we put ourselves as the hero of the story, meaning we can do this for you. We can do that. We won these awards. We can do that. We're the best. We have this many reviews. No one wants to hear how amazing you are. They want to hear how amazing they can become. What can happen if they use you? That puts them as the hero of the story. So if we're not the hero of the story, if we're not talking about us, how can we sell anything? I'm glad you asked. You put yourself in the message, but you put yourself as the guide that gets them to where they want to be. Here's a perfect example. This is the example that is used in a lot of story branding explanations. If you know Star Wars, Luke Skywalker is the hero of Star Wars. Yoda is the guide that gets Luke Skywalker to save the galaxy. If I was to write an email about my company to my customers, I would put myself as Yoda. I can get you to become the hero of the galaxy. If you come to me, I will train you. For example, I wouldn't send an email saying, hey, my name is Michael from such and such heating and air conditioning company. We have 500 five-star reviews, blah, 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 blah. And we're doing a tune-up on your AC. Okay, I'm the hero in that case. To put the customer as the hero, I would say, are you suffering from high electric bills? Are you sneezing a lot in your house? Well, we had a customer that had a very high electric bill and had a lot of allergies. And they came to us, and when they called us, we installed this in their home, and then we did a tune-up in their home. Now they no longer have a high electric bill, and they no longer have allergies. So you see, you're putting them to where you're showing that if they come to you, this is what they can get. So think of putting your customer as Luke Skywalker, putting yourself as Yoda, so that they can see, if I want to achieve this, I have to come to them to get this. That is story branding. In a nutshell, that is how you write your emails. If you're not a writer, you can always go to ChatGPT, write your email in there and say, use Donald Miller's story branding framework to write this email. It'll do it for you. That's the beauty of AI, right? This is using AI on another level, not just saying, write me an email about tune-ups. You can say, write me an email using Donald Miller's story branding framework with the goal of getting someone to click on this link to schedule online. Good stuff, right? That is the power of customer success stories and story branding. I'll see you in the next module.